Hey there guys, this is Kangaroo Cannibal, and today I'm going to be playing the Game Gear version of the original Sonic the Hedgehog. So let's do this thing. So, just as in the Genesis version, we begin here in Green Hill Zone, but as we'll soon see, this game is very different from the Genesis version. And to be honest, it's actually really easy. I'd say like the first few times someone plays it, they'll probably maybe have a few problems with it here and there. But once you've played it a few times and get used to everything and know all the tricks and everything, it's a pretty simple game overall. And I want to just make sure I'm careful here and don't make the stupid jump that I sometimes make here. Because I want to get 50 rings in this stage so I can go to the special stage. And the special stages, I love how they work in this game. They're very different from the Genesis version. You don't get Chaos Emeralds in the special stages in this game. You can only get like extra lives and continues. So we get the exclamation point there showing we got enough rings to go to the special stage. The Chaos Emeralds, which I will be getting all of in this game, unlike the Genesis version, they're hidden in the normal stages in the game, so I actually love that system a lot more. So pretty much you're just going to get extra lives and continues in the special stages here. And I'm also probably a lot better at these than the Genesis counterparts of them, like the spinning bird and fish, whatever the hell they were. And I'm just going to get a bunch of rings here so I can get another life. And then you could also get, there's the Cant box. Cant, not the other word that you probably thought I was saying. And then you could get some more rings here too, which will add to your score. That's the one thing that kind of sucks. If you decide to get over 100 rings, you'll get the extra life, but then you don't get as high of a bonus in the scoring here. Because the other thing that's nice about scoring in this game is that once you get every time you get 50,000 points added to your score, you'll get an extra life. So, cool, right? So in this level, we start above ground and then immediately go underground, which, I don't know, I've always been convinced that that's like some type of Mario reference or something, you know, because in like all the second stages of the first world in Mario, you seem to go to the underground world in Mario. I don't know, I could be wrong about that though. Speaking of which, this doesn't really have anything to do with Sonic, but, in my senior year of high school, they would sometimes on the announcements do like a joke, like have people writing jokes and like oh, by the way, this is where you get the first Chaos Emerald right there. And they'd have like, people writing jokes like and like read them on the announcements like Friday mornings just for like laughs or something. And so one time this person wrote in a joke that was what types of jeans do the Mario Brothers love to wear? And you know, the answer to most people would be denim, 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 like based off of the underground theme in the Mario games. But the girl who was reading it on the announcements, who had probably never played a Mario game in her life, had like just read it as denim, denim, denim. So me and my friend D.A. Crunch, or Danny, as I call him, were in the classroom together, sitting right next to each other, and we kind of stared at each other at that, and then just kind of started laughing our asses off at the fact that she didn't understand that joke. But, I mean, some people just live different lives, I guess. Some of us are video game nerds, some of us actually live somewhat worthwhile lives. So here we get another continue, which, by the way, we really won't need that, unless I decide to suck at one of the bosses, which I'm hoping I don't, because usually I'm fairly decent at most of them. Unless we decide to do that, we really won't need that many continues. We may not even any at all. Like, I've completed this game with, like, at one point with, like, 15 lives. It's ridiculous. This game is so easy. Once you, like, know what you're doing, it is really easy. So I'm going to try to get another extra life here. There's also a life box over there that we can try to get, which I'm going to try to... Shit. I'll probably suck at it and not be able to get the life box in this one, but maybe I will. I'll at least try to get enough rings to get an extra life, because the other thing with lives is they add on at the end of the game, depending on how many Sonics you have left. Shit. You'll get a nice bonus score, so if you're someone like me who likes to try to beat their high score every time in this game, I usually don't care with most Sonic games, but in this game, for some reason, I decided to care. Alright, so I got the extra life there. No, damn it! Probably won't be able to get the other one, though, now, because I'll probably run out of time. I'll give it one last shot, and... who cares? Can I try it here? Oh, maybe I can try it here. Who cares? Oh, well. Speaking of which, no matter how good you do on the special stage, you always get a Robotnik sign at the end of them, so... And we got, like, essentially no bonus there, because I literally had one ring left over from the, after getting 100 rings, so be careful of those bottomless pits there. One has spikes in them, and then the other one's just a bottomless pit. And this boss is incredibly easy. Like, seriously, just watch. Yeah, that was it. Easy, right? Now, at a point, he'll eventually drop down and I think shoot a laser at you, but you can attack him so quickly that you should never let him allow him to get to that point even, so that's a pretty easy boss. And we'll be heading to the next zone now. And whoa, this isn't Marble Zone. Yes, this is a new zone that was not in the Genesis version. This is Bridge Zone. And I haven't died yet, but hopefully I can make it through Bridge Zone, because usually I die at least once or twice on Bridge Zone because of something stupid, because sometimes in this zone, when you're running across these things, Sonic for some reason will not be able to jump, and there's one point in this level where you're going to want to jump off of those to avoid an enemy that's coming up after the bridge, and sometimes he won't jump, and then he'll run straight into the enemy, and then it'll knock him back right into the bottomless pit. And so it's kind of stupid, it's kind of cheap, but this game, like, naturally will just slow down and lag a bunch. Like, that's not even, like, the emulator's fault, that is, like, the natural, that's what the game, like, naturally will do. But, I mean, it was a Game Gear game, so it is what it is. Be careful not to hit that. There should be an extra life up here. And there it is, we'll get that. Alright, there's the Chaos Emerald for this stage. And you may be wondering how you get it. How you get it is you walk on this, jump over, and there you go. Oh, the other thing is, in this game, if you get a Chaos Emerald and then die on the stage, don't worry about that. Once you get the Chaos Emerald, you have it for good, so you don't have to worry about, like, losing it. If you die on the stage after you got it, you'll have it still. So just like in the Genesis version, there's 6 Chaos Emeralds in this game, not 7. So here we are on the 3rd special stage, and this one kind of will sometimes give you a run for your money, because sometimes, like, the game will, like, some of the springs in this one are, like, set in weird spots so that you'll, like, literally just keep on going back and forth like a pinball from one to the other. And it kind of sucks, so try to avoid those, like, green and, like, kind of like that. Try to avoid, yeah, like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Try to avoid doing that. You'll eventually get out, but sometimes it'll go on for, like, ever. Come on. Well. Oh, shit, I missed the continue, but it really doesn't matter. At least I think I did. Maybe I hit it in the process there. Because the problem is once you go into that hallway there, you can't really go back. So I would have gone. Oh wow, apparently I did. Because it says I have 3 now. Holy shit! I didn't even notice that, but okay. All right, so I guess we have 3 continues now. All right, so this next stage I kind of hate. It's a side-scrolling stage, which some of you are going to be like, what is this, a Mario game? But yeah, I really am not a huge fan of this stage. I'll probably die at some point on this one because this is the stage that I'm talking about that has the one problem where there's an enemy at the end of one bridge, and sometimes I have problems with it because I'll literally try to jump and Sonic won't jump while he's on the falling bridge because the game lags like shit at some points in this game. Oh shit. And so hopefully we'll see. We haven't died yet though, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. So this bridge, there's nothing there. There's a ring box, but it's the next bridge here that I'm gonna have problems with that I'm very nervous about. Alright, and it worked. If I had run across that and tried to jump, it probably wouldn't have worked. Because Sonic just decides not to jump when he's on those bridges sometimes. But I just decided to just jump across that time, and it worked out, so I'm actually pleased by that. One of the other things I noticed recently, I didn't even realize this until my friend DA Crunch pointed this out, but the music in this stage is very similar to Tails' theme from Sonic Adventure. It's not like, I don't think it's the exact same, but it is very similar, and I can't believe I'd never noticed that, but there definitely is a similarity there. So yeah, there's that. I always feel like I should have realized that because, you know, Sonic Adventure is literally one of the quintessential games in my life. It's one of the first games I ever played. And it's still like, it's what got me into the Sonic franchise, and it's still one of my all-time favorite games to play. And I never picked up on that, so shame on me, I guess. But speaking of my history with this game, you know, I played this game. I really started playing this game for the first time recently, like in recent months, but I had played it before on the... Well, I sucked that time on that special stage. I had played it on, like, Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, when, you can unlock this game in that, but, I never really played it that much, and I wasn't really that good at it, and I didn't know the secrets at that point. Alright, so now there's the extra life that you can just get there if you turn around. And now we've probably got, like, you may notice that we had 9 lives, and it still shows 9 lives on the bar. You still have, like, 10 lives, it just doesn't appear on the counter screen. It'll appear, like, in between stages, it'll show you that you have more than 9 lives, but it's not like you're limited to just 9 lives. You could get more than that. So this boss is pretty simple. It used to always give me trouble, but now I think we should be fine. My strategy is really just running into the middle and waiting to see what side he appears on. Then hitting him once. And then as he running to the other side and then jumping right as he shoots it. And then he should miss you every time. Some people will duck or something like that, but I've found that doesn't work for me as well, so... You just have to hit him 8 times. This boss used to be really tricky for me, but it should be fine at this point. There is another strategy where you can actually bounce off of the machine several times, but that's kind of dangerous to do, and I found it doesn't work every time, so... Alright, there we go. Sometimes if you try that other strategy of continuing to bounce off of him, you'll sometimes go through him and then it'll instantly kill you, so... But... Alright, so... We beat that next boss, and then we'll be heading to the Jungle Zone, which is another stage that we didn't see in the Genesis version, and... for me, this is probably one of the tougher zones for me. At least this stage. The second stage is usually a bit easier. And you know, I'll probably say that and do fine on this stage and then die on the second stage or something like that, but the third Chaos Emerald is in this stage that we'll be finding pretty soon. And I actually love the music. I really love the music to this zone. It's kind of got that, I don't know, to me it doesn't really give me a jungle vibe, or like a mystic type of like vibe, but, or like nature type of vibe at all. It kind of gives me a more like, it almost has that like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it almost has that, to me I've always thought it has that like 1920s happy-go-lucky type of sound, but that's just me. Alright, so you may have noticed those boxes with like the downwards arrow, those are actually continue boxes. And here's what's really stupid. Shit. Well, we have our first death right there. Yeah, sometimes I kind of suck at landing on those platforms. So here's the thing about those continues that are really stupid. You'll reappear above them, like if I die, like I just did right there. But for some reason in this game, they'll still be there when you respawn. And if you for some reason decide not to hit it when you respawn, and then you die, you won't restart there again. You will actually have to start at the beginning of the level. It's stupid, I know, but so just make sure every time after you die you hit the checkpoint box again. I don't know why it's made like that, but I mean, clearly the Game Gear has the memory to like have it be a checkpoint, but I don't know why it works like that. Alright, so here we have this platform down here, and for the third Chaos Emerald, we're gonna head to the left here, get on this log, and then there's the third Chaos Emerald. Then we're gonna head back, and you could actually go past some of this part. And I think this is the furthest you can go, because, yeah, it'll stop right there, but then we can go up here. Yeah, I think the main thing I really don't like about the jungle is some of the log platforms that you have to jump on, like right here, are ridiculous. They're like ridiculously hard at times to sometimes land on because they're so like thin and everything. But we'll be fine. And so, yeah, there's another checkpoint box, and sometimes Sonic will you have for a Game Gear game, you have pretty good control of where he's going, but still sometimes you'll have some trouble here and there. Oh shit. You know what I did there? I wanted to get 50 rings, so I was going back for a few more, and apparently I shouldn't have done that. Fuck me. Because I was almost to the end of the stage right there. Alright, I won't make that mistake ever again. Alright, we're almost to the end of the stage now. But, Jesus Christ. Alright, well, this stage has not been nice to us so far, but, hopefully we can get past it this time. I don't usually have problems there. I don't know what the hell's going on with me here. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. Okay. And not over jump it there. Alright, there we go. Jesus. That was, Oh, and we got an extra life there. That was nice of the game after... It probably felt bad for us after that the ridiculousness of what that hell that all just was. Alright, so... We're at the second stage of the jungle. In this stage, you're going up the waterfall. And it's not too hard, it's just that if you fall off from a great distance, you'll have to do parts all over again. So just make sure you take your time and don't do that. Overall, from what I remember, it's a pretty easy stage. That shouldn't give us that much trouble. There's quite a few like thorns here and there, and like batnicks lying around that you want to avoid, and those log platforms that are like not moving, those ones will fall after you jump on them. These ones won't. Let's get the shield bubble over here. And also, the other thing I don't like is the background like waterfall sometimes just makes this part not only will the screen lag, it just like makes the like what you're doing like I don't know, I guess that just like having Sonic, who's blue, run on a blue and white background kind of just is a pain in the ass at some points, but and I went the wrong way, didn't I? Son of a bitch. Alright, go this way. I'm gonna jump on here. Don't stand there for too long though. Let's get the checkpoint box just so in case we die or for some reason fall a great distance. I was trying to avoid. Well, that was bullshit. I had a shield bubble, but alright, we'll get the extra life there. Alright, I want to reassess how I'm going to go through this now. Of course I took all the rings there, which I shouldn't have done. Alright, be careful of those. Now, this jump up here again, I'm gonna try to do it better this time, but there is a... I'm trying to avoid that robot enemy, but sometimes he's not too easy to hit or avoid, so... Jesus Christ. Fuck me. I don't usually have much trouble on this stage, but... Oh well. Let's make sure we get the checkpoint here again. Alright, we got him that time. Alright, there we go. I wish I could have done that last time. Not died, but oh well. Once we get past Jungle Zone, the game should be a lot easier because, I don't know, for me, for some reason, Bridge Zone and Jungle Zone are usually where I die the most. Excluding, like, maybe, like, the end portion of the game, like in, the zone after, Spring Yard Zone. Or, not, Jesus Christ, not Spring Yard Zone, it's Scrap Brain Zone. Like, the, when you're on the ship. I always forget, is it Skybase Zone? I think that's what it is. Well, anyway... We're heading to the boss of the Jungle Zone here, and this is probably the one that gives me the most trouble usually. So we'll see how this goes. Like, I was playing this game last night just to get some help in remembering everything. And I beat it in the first try, but in the other night when I was playing it, I couldn't, I died like maybe like 10 times, so, oh, Jesus. So he's got this, well, shit. God damn it. Yeah, that time I sucked because I like missed him like 10 times, so. I could have actually done alright at that point, because I was able to avoid him for a few points, but just the way the vine works is so weird, like, because you're on like a slanted, like, incline, so it's just like, it's not always easy to, like, know where you're gonna go, and it kind of is ridiculous like that, but alright. Alright, there we go. Alright. I'm glad that worked out, because sometimes he'll kill me like 10 times in a row. Also, make sure you make that jump there. You'll fall there if you don't jump. So, I did that the very first time I beat that boss, which took me a few times. I did that and it pissed me off so much. Don't do that. Just be aware of that. Also, wait for him to get off the screen, because sometimes the game will lag and it'll cause you to think you're jumping, but then you won't. Alright, so here we are in Labyrinth Zone. Of all those zones they brought back from the Genesis version, they decided to bring back this one, of course. But, and also, if you thought the Genesis version was slow, whoa, well, wait till you play this version. Jesus, the game already lags a like shit ton, but this level takes it to a whole new extreme. But thankfully, the one thing I like about these Labyrinth Zone stages is they are so much shorter than... Pretty much all the levels are pretty short in this game, but these are so much shorter than the ones in the goddamn Genesis version. So, that's helpful. And we don't really need to worry about the rings up there. We'll get enough. And there's probably there's less air bubbles in this level, but I mean, the clock is so slow and the game slows down so much in this level that you really shouldn't have too much trouble. So let's get another bubble here. I think it's now time that I make reference to my good friend 2Biscuit / Neapolitan Stand-Up. He played this game, and while playing this level, he wrote the hit song "Give Me That Bubble." So maybe at some point during Labyrinth Zone I'll start singing it or something. Alright, so you avoid that there, get some air. Go back down here. In Labyrinth Zone you have to like make sure you jump at like the last second, otherwise you won't make the next platform. Because that's kind of just how the game is. Alright, let's get the extra life here. And we're done with this stage, alright. And we'll go to a special stage again. Awesome. Alright, so now we're actually just back at the original special stage. It's just instead now we have only a minute to do it. Still, this is a pretty easy one, so I'm gonna get as many rings as I can. And then get the continue box. Really simple. Whoa. I love these special stages so much more than the Genesis version. It's not even funny. Alright. And still we got a Robotnik sign. Oh well. Okay, so then we're on to the next part of Labyrinth Zone. And if you jump here, you can get a bunch of rings, which, that'll help out. And you can also get another bubble if you need to, but we already had one, so I don't even need to get that. And then you can get more rings over here. Once again, this isn't too hard of a stage. And then the boss fight for Labyrinth Zone, I used to always have problems with it, but we shouldn't now. I think I should be fine because I used to always have problems with well, I'll just talk about it when I get there. Thankfully, in the boss level in this game, for Labyrinth Zone, you don't actually need to worry about drowning because there's no. You can like play that level as long as you want. So if you go down here, there's another extra life that we can get. Let's just roll into it and then run into that. And get another air bubble here. Avoid that, hopefully. Alright. Sometimes it's easy to avoid those, sometimes it's not as easy to avoid those, but the game will slow down a bit. And they have these like dragon or enemies or whatever that'll... Oh shit, I thought that was gonna avoid me, but apparently not. They're gonna spit like, I guess those are like... That's fire or something, I guess, or like some type of... Oh, come on, how did that hit? Holy crap, that was close. I thought for a second I was gonna die there. Based on the fact that I was on spikes with no rings. Because sometimes the game will slow down that much, but thankfully I just was able to get on that ledge. And be careful not to get crushed there. Alright, there's an enemy here. I'd say defeat him first and then get the air bubble, because for some reason, when you get an air bubble and you're doing a jump, Sonic will like straighten out and not be in a ball anymore. And because of that, if you hit the enemy then, you'll actually get hurt. So just be aware of that. So let's just get the magic there, or the invincibility. I know I just like in the Genesis version, I'm still calling it the magic. But it'll make this part pretty easy, so you don't have to worry really about avoiding those. And oh no, we're at 2 seconds, but don't worry, we still got a bunch of time in the waters, right there. Alright, we're good. There's been times where I've had it on 0 for a few seconds and I'm fine, because that's how slow the thing is in this game. Alright, so here we have the 4th Chaos Emerald. That's probably the easiest one to find because it's literally like right in the direct path of getting to the end of the stage. So, I mean, yeah, pretty simple. And so here we are on the boss stage. If you go up there on the spring and then go to the left, there is a way to get to an extra life, but you have to go through a bunch of spikes, and it's kind of treacherous, and we have so many lives at this point that I really am not that worried about it. Alright, so here we are on the boss. So the first time, make sure you hit him early, and then go... Damn it! I was trying to avoid doing that. Now, I usually attack him once when he's at that point. Usually you don't have to attack him from that point, but I try to get at least one hit in, which apparently was a bad idea. I'm going to try it one more time. If it doesn't work again, then I'm going to not do it again. But then he actually does have a set, like, pattern in this level, unlike in some of the other boss fights. He'll always go from one to the left side, then over to the right side and shoot a rocket at you. And then you'll just jump over to the other side and avoid it. The one thing I will say is when you're, I'm just gonna duck now. Avoid him. The one thing I'll say though is, when you're running across to the other side to avoid him, make sure you jump at the last second, because if you, for some reason, hit him, like while you're jumping over it, that will knock you straight into the bottomless pit, which sucks, I know. But it's happened many times to me before, and I'm glad it didn't happen there. So, alright. We're through to that boss. And we free all the aquatic animals, because we're underwater. The seals and penguins. Alright, and we got another life, because we're going into Scrap Brain Zone with 11 freaking lives. I mean, are you kidding me? Isn't that great? Those are bottomless pits right there, so don't fall into them. Once you're into Scrap Brain Zone, just like in the Genesis version, you can't get to special stages anymore, I believe. You get an extra life there. Careful not to fall. Avoid all that. And I really love the music to the... I mean, obviously, the Scrap Brain Zone music from the Genesis version is iconic and all. But this is some really good music too, I must say. And let's see, I got 51 rings, so... Yeah, unfortunately you can't get special stages anymore, so... That kind of sucks, but yeah. Literally 40 seconds for the first act of Scrap Brain Zone. Yeah, this game's kind of like that. Alright, so here we are on the second stage of Scrap Brain Zone. Once again, bottomless pits. They do this every time at the beginning of Scrap Brain Zone for some reason, and a lot of people fell for it probably every time, so just be aware of that. This... Oh, son of a bitch. This room is kind of stupid. I kind of hate it. You'll be on these platforms, like moving platforms, and there'll be fire shooting out at you from the side thing. God damn it. Just avoid them. And that time it actually helped me because it propelled me upwards, so that was kind of nice, actually. And once again, it kind of helped, but yeah, I kind of suck at this room, but then once you're out of it, there we go. Caterpillar, just roll into him. Alright, here you're gonna go up. This is where we get into like the maze section of the of this stage. This section kind of is a maze. You have to do a few things before you can actually So it's kind of different for a Sonic game like that. You actually have to go in a specific area first. Those are that's a bottomless pit there. So wait for the fire to go out. That's a bottomless pit there. This is oh shit! Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was messing with you guys. This one is not a bottomless pit. This is actually how you get to the Chaos Emerald in this stage. All right. So there we have. We have 5 Chaos Emeralds now. We just need 1 more. So we have the pig enemies returning from the Genesis version. They'll throw those like balls at you. Alright, so here you may notice that door is closed and this one's open. You're going to want to step on that. It'll close that door and open the other one, which will make it so that we can get through later on in this level. You have to do that part to get through this level. Alright, so sweet. Alright, so just now we gotta backtrack in a Sonic. What is this? A Metroid game? We're backtracking? So yeah, just go back down here after you've pressed that switch, and hopefully you've gotten the Chaos Emerald as well. So now we can go. Once we're back down here, now we can go down, and it's fun to kind of roll down them, and then you go incredibly fast. All right, now we're gonna roll down this one again. And you won't really be able to do anything here. But you don't actually have to do this. I just want to get an extra life just because I want to be that guy. So you can that's how you get the extra life there. Now let's go down it again. And this time, once we're in the next room, don't roll down because then the same thing will happen. You won't be able to get to the thing that you need to properly. Alright, this part seems like a loop because there's a bunch of them that look exactly the same. Like, you're gonna keep on going down and be like, wow, does this just keep on going? No, it eventually stops. I mean, it's not like one of those games where if you keep on going, it'll just always keep on going. You just jump across there, and then you'll be transported to where you need to go. Alright, we have like one last room. Alright, so this is where the door is open now. Alright. And then just go up here, and we're almost done. There's one more caterpillar. And... Alright. That stage is a little bit longer because of the maze section, but... Alright, we're good. There's actually a third act of Scrap Brain Zone, and there's no boss fight, so... But this next zone is like... I don't even know why it's there, really. It's just... It's another bottomless pit. And another one. Like, there's not really there's not too many enemies in it, and it's really not that difficult, so... It's just more of like a maze in that you need to know like which doors to go through, because some doors you can't go through. And then there's just some like things to avoid. You could get the extra life there, but I actually don't remember how to get in. I really don't want to mess around that much on this stage to really try to go look for it. I just really do not care that much enough. Okay, so there'll be like doors there. Don't go through the left one there, because then you'll have to do the whole thing all over, because then it'll force you out and make you fall down back to where you started. But other than that, this stage is really simple. Alright, you're going to want to step on it once, and then the thing will open. Okay, and then we're going to chase after Eggman, who's always seems to be faster than us. And then just get on that platform right there. And that's the third act. Oh, we're through Scrap Brain Zone. It's a lot easier in this version than compared to the Genesis version. And we were literally going into the final, Sky Base Zone. I was right when I said that earlier, I think. We're going into that with 13 lives, so yeah, which is good because I'm usually pretty terrible on this stage, and I may die a few times on it. So hopefully that doesn't happen though. Just you gotta avoid the lightning things, and the game lags like crazy on this stage at times when there's a lot of enemies and the lightning's going. So Just be careful of that. Ah, shit. Alright. Well, we made it through that part, which is usually the part that gives me trouble. Alright, these, like, gun things will shoot 4 times, so once after they're done shooting, just, avoid them. Alright, then these platforms here will be, if you jump off of them, they stop, but while you're on them, they'll continue to move forward. So just use them to avoid everything. Alright, then go on this one, and then get on this platform here. Go on that one, and alright, we're done. Usually I die on that stage, so I'm actually very pleased that I didn't. So, there you go. Okay, and then we're on... So we have 5 Chaos Emeralds now. And you may be wondering where the 6th one is. And that will be answered in this part. You're going to jump down there, and there's a platform that you wouldn't be able to see. It's kind of bullshit. It actually makes this level a lot easier because I actually kind of suck at the part where you go up and have to avoid all the, like, turrets or whatever they are, like the guns shooting at you. Yeah, if you go down on here, you'll go on this platform, and Sonic will just stand there, and Sonic will get all pissed at you and be like, why aren't we going? Alright, so jump onto this one. Make sure you jump on it after the thing is slowed down from the ladder, because sometimes you'll jump on the ladder and then it's kind of hard to get back down from the ladder, because then if you're on the ladder and the thing goes down, then it's kind of hard to get on the platform because you'll be standing literally right above it, so then you have to jump off the ladder, and then get onto the platform, which is pretty hard to do by that point. So just avoid the guns there. It's pretty easy there. And there should be one more platform, and then we'll be onto we'll have the Chaos Emerald. Alright, so here's the Chaos Emerald. Alright, and then wait for this last one to shoot. Jump over it. And alright. And we're already done with that. And we have all 6 Chaos Emeralds, by the way, now. Which, just like the Genesis version, it really doesn't change much. It'll add to your score and everything. And it also slightly changed the ending, but only slightly, so. But now we're to the final boss, so get excited, everybody. Alright, so what you have to do is just have to hit the glass of Eggman's thing like a few times. And he's gonna send that thing. If you stand in the corner and duck, it'll literally just go... Ah, shit. I tried to jump over that. If you stand on the bottom left corner, that like white beam that he's like shooting at you will just go out of the screen and then won't come back, so it's pretty easy to avoid in that regard. Alright, let's try to see if we can do that better this time. Alright, let's duck this time again. And the fire comes out in a pattern. It always goes from like right to left, so hit him a few more times. I think one more time, and yep, we got him. And he's still faster than us. And oh no, he's gonna get away! We just need to follow him because apparently he forgot to turn off the teleporter. He probably should have remembered to do that. And I hope you guys are ready for one final epic battle. That. He literally just hit him the same way that we hit him in Green Hill Zone to begin with. Well, anyway, so it would just go to the credits or scores there if we didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds. But because we got all the Chaos Emeralds, we have this. So Sonic lifts the emerald up. And there they are. And whoa, what do they do? Wow, they got rid of all the smog and pollution coming from the Scrap Brain Zone. So we literally just solved global warming just like that. Wouldn't that be great if real life worked like that? So now the Chaos Emeralds, they add to our score, then so will the lives that we have will also add to our score. And I think we also get a special bonus because we got all the Chaos Emeralds, so... Alright, sweet! I don't think I'm gonna get a high score on this, because I've had more lives in the past and I've gotten more. Yeah, that won't beat my high score. My high score is like, I want to say 450,000 something. But, sweet. And eventually, this will go to the credits. Yep, there we go. Well, thank you guys for joining me once again. By the way, this is the Game Gear version, if any of you hadn't figured that out yet. And Sonic's singing and wagging his finger around because he's got attitude, like he always has. And we got this happy credit theme, which I'm pretty sure was just like how Bridge Zone is Tails' theme in Sonic Adventure. I'm pretty sure this is some other theme in a different game. I don't actually know what it is. And then we have I actually really like the Game Gear, the 8-bit version of Green Hill Zone. I don't know why. It's not like I like it more than the 16-bit version. I don't know. It sounds cool in 8-bit. It's a very iconic track. Lots of nostalgia. But once again, thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure again. I'm glad I did a lot better in this version than I did in the Genesis version. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think these new gaming videos and long plays that I'm doing are a lot better than the old stuff I used to be doing, and I'm having a lot of fun doing them, and hopefully I could find more games to play. Yeah, I've been messing around on my laptop to see if I could start recording some maybe like newer games. I don't know if I can do any GameCube games, but maybe some Dreamcast games I'll do in the future, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see what happens in the future, what games I do, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later.